We've got some of your replies to our question online. We like to ask you questions online. We've asked you if you could give one piece of advice for going to Download Festival, what would it be? And we've asked on our socials, Insta, Facebook and Twitter. For some reason, Twitter doesn't get very much response. I don't know why. Facebook is all right, but Insta is the one really. So why don't you follow us on all of them? Just look for FestPod. What advice have you found that people have been recommending for us?
I've got one from an Andy Waddle. Be efficient with your packing. I put a pair of boxers, a pair of socks and a t-shirt together and roll them up really small, then put it all in a big sandwich bag, have one little bag as a day bag plus one extra. Another thing I started doing was putting my bank card on a lanyard around my neck so it can't accidentally fall out of my pocket. It's always handy for contactless payments. That last bit of advice I couldn't do.
No.
Because you know me, I like to go have a mosh.
Yeah.
And go and
you'd lose that first time,
big time. So I mean, to sort of expand on that, Dave introduced me to the wonderful world of money belts, which you can have underneath your clothing. I would definitely.
Is it like a fanny pack?
It is like a fanny pack or a bum bag, as we say in the UK.
We
do. So expanding on Andy's advice, definitely recommend getting something that can keep your money and your phone, etc., safe on your persons.
On your persons.
Yeah.
Dave.
I'm going to put two together because they kind of do the same thing. From Graham_dares you to laugh, which just simply says wellies, which is very, very important.
Oh yes.
And Daniel P. Browning says decent tent, decent waterproofs, decent boots, decent sun cream. Basically, just don't skimp, which is definitely good advice. You know, it's best to, as much as the money you have will allow you, get decent stuff. Don't just get crap and then it lasts 5 minutes and breaks.
I've got one here from, he's got a very long name, so I'm going to shorten it. Michael Fearon. Don't trust baggies you find in the mud. Which is probably good advice. Don't go foraging for things that you might want to put in your mouth in the mud.
I can't help but think, why the fuck would you go foraging for little baggies, especially when... Sorry,
if people have dropped them, maybe, you know...
But how do you know that's your baggie that you've dropped?
Well, this is it. Don't trust them. Don't trust baggies you find in the mud.
From Will Howard, and I don't know whether Will Howard is a part of this particular brand that I'm about to mention, but he says, use fatfrankscampingshop.com, great service and amazing value, which I could vouch for. I've picked up many a product from Fat Franks in desperate dire need, so definitely use them.
It's good in there. I like that. I agree with that one.
Didn't you pre-ordered stuff, didn't you, for this year?
I did, and they refunded me as soon as they found out that it had been cancelled, so they were very good like that.
Very good. They are very good peoples.
They are. Dave?
We've got Minnie Marriott's and me says, decent footwear, definitely, even if it's hot, which happens sometimes. Very occasionally.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, proper walking boots for sure. Because you're going to do a lot of walking. That's for definite.
Yeah. Matt Barnes on Facebook says, wet wipes are your new best friend. Which is fair enough. Some people don't like to... use the showers, the on-site showers, and just want to have a bit of a rub down in the tent, so that nobody gets to see you willy.
Well, gets to smell you willy.
Yeah. And we've got one from Vicky Peters. That's not enough booze. Pack more. Which is it's advice. If that's the one piece of advice you want to give. So that's it for this episode of Fest Pod. Thanks for listening. Check us out on our socials. Just look for Fest Pod, or go to the website festpod.co.uk for the rest of the episodes. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. A Wilco Productions podcast.
Can you just give me 2 secs? I need to check on my fish.